Don't do nothing but tear down a black man. Look at it. He's nothing given. You've never seen 50 give nobody no flowers, no respect. He just play on people's downfall. Diddy, Irv Gotti, Ja Rule. Now Big Meech. You've never seen 50 say nothing positive.
Looks like the feud between 50 Cent and Big Meech just took a wild turn. Big Meech isn't holding back. He straight up clowned 50, claiming he's going broke over this insane back and forth. Things are getting messy real quick.
Making that G-Unit film studio out there in Louisiana where that cheapest land at. You thought you was gonna be able to do it. You thought you was gonna be able to get them loans, and it ain't. What's wrong? What's taking so long? 50, who own your masters? Who own your masters? I buy your masters. You better shut up.
It is spreading that Rick Ross just dropped some serious claims. He said 50 Cent is struggling to fund his new G-Unit studio, and here's the real shocker. Ross claims 50's credit is so bad he can't even secure a loan. And that's just the beginning.
50 Cent says that 1090 Jake found paperwork that proves Big Meech allegedly snitched. 50 Cent posted, Tammy Cohen, the truth and nothing but the truth coming soon. 1090 Jake tomorrow, got that paperwork, you know the vibe.
Ross didn't hold back. He even threw in a bold threat, saying if 50 doesn't stay quiet, he might take his masters. Yeah, he really went for the jugular with that one. But let's be real, this is 50 Cent we're talking about.
But look, 50. Boy, I see you struggling making that G-Unit film studio out there in Louisiana where that cheapest land at. You thought you was gonna be able to do it. You thought you was gonna be able to get them loans, and it ain't. What's wrong? What's taking so long? 50, who own your masters? Who own your masters? I buy your masters. You better shut up. I will buy your masters. But look, 50. Boy, I see you struggling making that G-Unit film studio out there in Louisiana where that cheapest land at. You thought you was gonna be able to do it. You thought you was gonna be able to get them loans, and it ain't. What's wrong? What's taking so long? I know you want to make your mama one of them walking stars thing. Put down there. Your mama live, make her own walking star. We call it renderings. You had the renderings, then you try to go get them loans, and ain't nobody loan you that money. You ain't even built the G-Unit studio yet. That might be why when I stood next to Meech, your knees buckled. Your knees buckled. Put your back against the wall. You're hustler.
You already know 50 Cent wasn't about to let Ross and Big Meech have the last laugh. He fired back, talking about dropping receipts and exposing who's really broken this fight. He's not playing. Still, fans can't help but wonder, what's really going on with 50's money? Is he actually slipping out of billionaire status? Or is Ross just stirring the pot to mess with him? Meanwhile, insiders say Big Meech and Rick Ross are sitting back, grinning, thinking they finally humbled 50. But is that really the case? Let's break it all down.
Meech, I ain't like his response. It seemed like he got a genuine kind of love for 50 on his response. But, you know, my response, but nigga, f*** you. Nigga, that's my daddy, nigga, f*** you, nigga. Let's go to war.
Yeah, you made my son $5 million. How much you made, though? So you gonna stop? You gonna stop? Yeah, you made, yeah. You ain't just, yeah, come on.
My dad looked out for a lot of people, and 50 ain't do half, like, 50 literally looked out for my dad more than the people that my dad gave millions to.
Word on the street is 50 Cent can't even keep the lights on in his studio. They've been laughing, saying he'll come crawling back, begging for mercy once the money runs out. But hold up. Are Big Meech and Ross just fooling themselves? Last we checked, 50 was sitting in billionaire territory, and billionaires don't just fall off over some petty beef about who snitched or not. Let's be real. This could all be smoke and mirrors, or it could be the beginning of a real fall from the top.
50 Cent says he gave the BMF family $5 million legal dollars, so he does not understand where the money went, how Little Meech blew it before Big Meech got out of jail, but he feels extremely betrayed after that picture got taken between Big Meech and Rick Ross after he got out of jail.
I looked at it like, from that point, maybe 50 should have brung a bag for Meech and maybe a watch or something. Because obviously that's what Ross did or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I had in mind.
The beef between 50 Cent and Big Meech has taken a new turn, and somehow Rick Ross is caught up in the mix. It all started when Big Meech planned a welcome home concert with Rick Ross. a huge event that could have made a lot of money. But at the last moment, the event was mysteriously canceled without any clear reason. People immediately started blaming 50 Cent, saying he intentionally blocked Meech from making money just because he was associating with Rick Ross. This theory gained traction because 50 and Ross have had a long-standing rivalry. But denied any involvement, but many didn't believe him. Then, Rick Ross jumped in and took shots at 50, calling him a hurt HE and claiming he was just mad that Meech and Ross were thriving without him. This wasn't the first time 50 Cent had shaded Big Meech for his connection with Rick Ross. In his eyes, anyone who sides with Ross raises questions about their loyalty. But this beef didn't just stay at trash talk, things escalated even further. Cent claimed to have proof that Big Meech cooperated with authorities to reduce his sentence. To back this up, he announced a documentary centered on Tammy Cowens, the woman who owns the legal rights to Meech's life story. If 50 teams up with Tammy, it could completely change the narrative about Big Meech. According to 50, Meech's biggest mistake was cutting ties with Tammy. Now, she's ready to expose everything. Meanwhile, Rick Ross and Big Meech are acting like they have everything under control. Ross even went as far as announcing his own BMF movie project, claiming it would be bigger than 50 Cent's BMF show. But 50 didn't take this lightly. He suddenly pulled the plug on his BMF series, canceling it without warning. When Lil Meech DM'd him, explaining that his collaboration with Ross was just about making money for his father, 50's response was cold and simple. What next season? And just like that, it was over. The BMF series was officially shut down. Then, 50 linked up with Tammy Cowens to announce another project that would expose the truth about Big Meech. Rick Ross tried to hit back, claiming he was making his own BMF series. But there's one problem. 50 Cent owns the official rights to BMF. Ross can't do anything without 50's permission. Cent has made it clear that no one has done more for Big Meech and Lil Meech than he has. He sent Lil Meech to acting school, gave him money, and set up his career. But once Big Meech came home, everything changed. He put his son on the wrong path, and Lil Meech ended up blowing $5 million without saving anything. Even sent Lil Meech to rehab, but things still spiraled out of control. Then, Rick Ross took the disrespect to another level, claiming 50 Cent was broke and couldn't even finish his G-Unit studio. But 50 responded in a calculated way. He announced that he wasn't just making a documentary on Big Meech, but on every person who ever crossed him after benefiting from him. Now, the question remains, who's really winning in this power and money game? Is 50 Cent truly losing, or is Rick Ross just covering up his own struggles? This story is far from over. The next twist is bound to be even crazier.